I've many things to be grateful for in my life, and living somewhere that has views like this is definitely one of them. So in today's video, I'm in the garden, but before I get there, I've gone up the coast a little bit to my favourite garden centre to have a little splurge and enjoy the view on the way up the coast. Well, as you can no doubt tell, I'm in the car and we're out and about. It's garden centre today. Andrew's playing with his camera. Just walked Millie, so she is ready to hopefully be well behaved on the lead in the garden centre, because you're allowed to take your dogs in there as long as they're on the lead. And she's normally very good. It's just if she hasn't been for a walk, she might pull a little bit. But she's been for a walk, she had a run around, so it'll be fine to take her in. And I'm looking for a couple of quite specific things. So penstemon, need a bit of compost, and going to have a look at their sheds and their garden rooms, because we're taking another little tiny step closer to being ready to have our horrible spidery shed and falling down wood shed taken out and some kind of actual functional building or room in the garden. Anyway, as I'm trying to sort of do a vlog every day in July, this is today's vlog. We'll see how it goes. If you're a channel member, then you will get to see this 24 hours before everybody else does on the channel. Right, okay, enough of me gassing on. Let's go and see what I can find at the garden centre. Although I do have a plan for what I'm buying, I like to have a browse around. I am one for a little bit of whimsy in the garden, and I was quite taken with some of these sculptures and outdoor chimereas, and the idea of a fire pit does somewhat appeal. The pots were also lovely, and some of the colours were wonderful. However, I really don't need any large pots at the moment. I was tempted, I have to tell you, and I wonder if you can guess which colour appealed to me. Whenever I do a little bit of window shopping, I just check out to see which companies are putting original artwork on their products. I have thought about the potential of licensing some of my artwork to manufacturers. It would be a huge shift in what I do, but it certainly is something I'm considering, so I just like to see what companies are putting on their different products. But I'm here for the plants, so first stop the greenhouses for a little bit of a browse, because you never know what might take your eye. And sometimes you just see a plant and you need it. You don't want it, you need it. But I'm here for some perennials, so it was outside to check out what they had to offer. And a little bit later in the video, I'll show you what I ended up with. So if you've watched any of my recent videos, you've probably seen me working outside on the sort of patio area that we have at the back of the house. And it's starting to look a little bit scruffy. So it is time to just do a bit of weeding, a bit of sweeping up. When we've had these high winds, they've been sort of blowing a lot of sort of leaves and petals and all sorts of things in and sort of making it a little bit messy. And although I am quite an untidy person naturally, I do quite like it to be sort of neat and tidy on the patio. It helps Andrew because he doesn't have to kind of negotiate lumps and bumps when he's in the wheelchair. And I just like the way it looks. And, this is my little sanctuary, the garden here. when everything else is going crazy in the world, I can just come out into my garden and potter around and talk to the plants, and it makes everything better. So I've got those 3 plants that I bought. Did I tell you I had 3 plants? Probably not. I bought 3 plants, and they're going to go into a couple in the back garden, and then one's probably going to come in here, this side of the garden. I've also got a bit of harvesting to do, and I'm harvesting the woad seeds, which will be for next year's plants. Plus, I'm probably going to do a dye bath with them because you can get a colour from the seeds. But that's another video, as I often say. Anyway, right, I have gardening gloves at the ready, so I better go and do a bit of work. So I've trimmed a few edges, I've cleared up a few weeds, I've done a bit of sweeping, much to Millie's annoyance. She hates the broom, she's always trying to eat it, and I think I'm ready to plant. So I'll just turn you around and you can have a look at the plants and see what you think about where I'm going to put them. It always takes a little while to get to know your garden and the positions and where the sun is and what your soil's like. And I think once you kind of understand that, then you can put the right plant in the right place. And what we've really discovered over the years is the soil is just so free draining here. It's a windy site, as you can see, and we're in a little sun trap, which is lovely for us and lovely for some plants, but not for all plants. So this kind of bit, oh, dog's doing madness off at the back. Of course she is. Anyway, so what was I saying? Come on, brain. Right, yes. So what we sort of decided is Mediterranean plants, herbs, things that don't mind the free draining soil really are best. So I've chosen 3 perennials, and in theory, they should like our conditions. Here we have 2 penstemons, and I'm probably only going to put 1 in, and I think it's going to be somewhere around there, maybe a little bit higher up the bank. And that should just fill in a gap quite nicely. And probably it's going to go a little more like that. So that's probably where it's going to go. I hope you can see that. Then I have this. Now this is new to me. I don't really know this one. So gaudy pink. Well, it's a lovely pink. And I think this is just going to go where the self-heal is. So like that in there. And then of course I'm left with that other pink penstemon, which I think is going to go in the rockery. So penstemons like a free draining soil, and they were featured on Gardener's World last week, which is where we saw them. And we thought, brilliant idea, a penstemon or 2 would suit us and our situation down to the ground. And they are free flowering and don't like to have their feet too wet in the winter. Well, there's no chance of that here, although we have a high rainfall. As I've said, very free draining soil. It sounds like I'm sort of working this soil with a pickaxe at the moment. It's so hard. And it's also full of shaly bits of slate. And a lot of the gardens around here are a bit like that. You know, if you're sort of gardening on the side of a hill or the edge of the mountain, generally you have quite a bit of slaty shape in your soil. Oh, I'm going to move that. Bad enough the dog's knocked it over already without me knocking it over as well. But you sort of wouldn't believe that we had all that rain and that thunder just a few days ago. And just look at this soil. It's just dry as a bone. So I'm sort of going to excavate out a little area for it. How am I doing? I need a bit more. I think I'm going to go a little bit lower. So you can see in this bed, we've put some lavender, which is absolutely loving it. Then there are other sort of technically weeds that are in here. Oh my goodness, what have we come across now? Oh, right. This is not gardening, this is excavation. If you watched my last video, I was explaining that I was going to have to dig holes for the fence. But I wasn't really looking forward to it because I know what this soil is like. But I think we've actually found someone else to dig the holes, which is good news. This is my favourite gardening tool, and it's a copper alloy, and it is handmade, and I just love it. I'm pretty sure it's made in Austria. I could be wrong about that. I'll find out, and I'll put a link to where you can find them. Okay, let's see how that hole is going. I think it could do with being a little bit deeper. Of course it could, because I've hit some kind of outcrop. I mean, it's probably builder's waste, but so I have asked in the comments whether you want to see other videos, not just the fibre arts. And those people who left a comment said absolutely. So I'm taking you at your word. And we've got non-fibre arts videos. I mean, plenty of fibre arts videos, obviously, because that's what I do. That is my thing. I have to excavate whatever this is, and it's a big lump of something. I think it might be a lump of tarmac. It's a lump of something. Anyway, I'm going to excavate this and come back to you. So I think that was just a bit of, I don't know, concrete of some sort. Anyway, it's out now. And that means my hole is deep enough for my plant. I'm just going to take it down a little bit more so I can put some compost in the bottom of this hole just to help the roots to get going. They now appear to have hit clay and yet more stones. But as I have told you, having dug a number of holes in this garden, I do sort of know what it's like. Give it a little bit of a mix up. I watered this before I started this whole process. Let's see. Oh, that one's come off where the dog decided to jump on it. So you might be thinking that I've hidden the lavender. The lavender will get huge. It will sort of spill out either side, and the lavender is also evergreen, which this isn't, so this will die back in the winter. Give it a good drink and have a bit of a tidy up. Not quite where I'm going to put this boulder, I don't know. So I'm going to give it a good drink, but I mean the water is just going to want to run straight off. So if I sort of water behind it, then hopefully it will actually get some water. It looks like it's always been there. There you go, I planted the other one as well. One more to go. So I've changed my mind about where I'm going to put the third one, and I think I might put it there. But I'm just going to let it sit there for a little bit where I think about it. And while it's sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm going to harvest some of the woad seeds. So these ones here are looking very ripe. And if I let them fall, then we will just have woad all over the place. And not that I think that's a problem. I think Andrew might think it's a problem. So I'm going to collect them, hang them upside down in a paper bag or a paper envelope, let them fully dry out. And then some of the seed will be for next year and some of it will be for the dye pot. So I think that's me done for the day. If you've got any questions, if there's any videos that you particularly want to see, then just let me know in the comments. And I will see you, fingers crossed, tomorrow. But we'll see how it goes. And we are getting closer and closer to Tour de Fleece. So I probably need to do a little bit more prep of some of those fleeces that I have, the Shetland and the Ryland. And I'm sort of toying with the idea of doing a little bit of a blending board creation. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.